In parts of rural Afghanistan, the battlefield is everywhere, even in the schools. The next generation is hostage to a power struggle between the Taliban and the government.
I'm 26 years old, and it's my goal to build 100 classrooms in Afghanistan.
Hi, Azalea. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here. And I love Boulder, so I always like an excuse to come back.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we did that. But we're going to make you work for that first. It sounds like you became aware of the value of a good education yourself. You had to kind of fight for yours.
I did have to fight for my education from an early age. I realized, watching my grandfather, he was a doctor, that education was something I wanted because I wanted to be able to help people like he did. And I wasn't allowed to attend school, so my sister and I actually decided we had to find a way to go to high school. We had been homeschooled all along, and it had been a bit hit and miss. And so we borrowed our mom's address book when she was away one day, and we wrote to 90 of her friends. And we said we would like the chance to attend school. We didn't want to keep moving around, so we needed to go to boarding school. We said, would you be willing to help us out? That's all we want to do.
Wow, what a completely subversive thing to do to your parents. You know, that's but good on you for figuring it out, and congratulations, because you went on to college, and so with that, you must have been particularly sensitive when you heard about the needs of girls in Afghanistan who were also having a struggle, right?
When I was in my undergraduate program, I learned about the need for education in Afghanistan. I read about the girls, and I immediately connected with the challenges that they face. And you know, it was outlawed up until 2001, and now they want to go to school, and I felt that I could be part of that.
What's the first step? What's the first thing you do?
I approached an organization called A Better World Canada, and I said I'd like to build 100 classrooms in Afghanistan.
Wow. And
100 classrooms would cost about $1.1 million to build. The reason we chose to do classrooms was because after the 30 years of war, many schools were destroyed, and in 2001 there were 0 girls attending school, and now there's about 3 to 4 million. So there's a need for classrooms.
Right.
And so we work with the local people who help to build, and the communities contribute about 10% towards the school construction. We basically just follow the blueprint that the Ministry of Education provides us with and get it done.
Yeah. How many kids does a classroom provide an opportunity for an education for?
Well, in most places where I've been, the schools we've built, there's 2 to 3 shifts a day. So one classroom might serve 160 kids in one day. You know, it depends on how many students there are.
And are there teachers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of communities are these going up in, these classrooms?
We started out in communities in northern Afghanistan, Jowzjan province, in urban centers. But now we've been really pleased that the community leaders have approached us and asked us to come and build schools in rural villages where you're more likely to find extremists. Actually, I have to go with security and armed police officers to go to the rural villages. But we've been invited to build schools there. So it's been really exciting to see that change.
I want to go back in time just a little bit and ask you about that first trip you made. So there you are, you're trying to raise money, you're getting some people organized, you have this vision, 100 school project, you're going to go, you land in Kabul, and what happens, just for you?
Overwhelmed, really overwhelmed. I thought I was going to change the world or something, or really make an impact, and I realized the magnitude of the need there. And just, there's guards everywhere, there's tanks, it's a different place. And I felt inadequate. I didn't know how to raise money, and I was young, and so it was overwhelming, but that soon gave way to getting to know the people and traveling up north and spending time with them and seeing the desire that the kids have to go to school. And I'm still overwhelmed sometimes.
And now seeing the fruits of your labors.
Yeah, we've built, this year we'll be at 61 classrooms of the 100, and that represents about $650,000 raised.
Wow.
All from individuals and lots of bake sales at schools, and young kids getting involved as well.
And you started this in what year, Azalea?
2010.
2010. So this is just a pretty short time that you've been doing this. 61 school classrooms have already been built. So that's a lot of kids who are now having access to an education that they wouldn't have had before. Right?
About 16,000 a year.
16,000 kids a year. That's remarkable. So you're going to keep going. You're going to build those 100 schools. And then, and you've graduated from college by now?
Master's degree now.
Master's degree, okay. And so is this something you're going to keep doing?
Absolutely, yeah. And how that will take shape, I hope that it begins to include more than just building the schools, but yeah. I'm definitely committed to completing the 100 classrooms, and it's really exciting.
Well, it's so remarkable, again, that you had to struggle so hard and be so ingenious in order to just find a way to become educated yourself. And then you found it in your heart, a desire to really give back at a very early age, and that still being a very young person, you've had such an impact already just from making this up, just from dreaming this thing, and then sort of willing it into reality is very impressive.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And thanks to many people who have mentored me and been a part of it all along the way.
Well, it's cool. It's inspiring. It's probably going to make a lot of parents look at their children and go, why aren't you doing something cool like that? So, you know, you're raising the bar a little bit for college kids, just so you know.
Right. Okay.
You know,
well, and I mean, appreciate education for those who are starting school and who are in school. It's a privilege. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's Azalea Lehndorff, the winner of this week's eChievement Award, building schools in Afghanistan, particularly for girls. The 100 Classroom Project. Azalea Lehndorff, congratulations.
Thank you.